Hey everybody, this is Rustin with Metalholic and the Examiner. With me today, Rob from Nonpoint. How you doing, brother?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful. How's the tour going so far?
Pretty good. I've been through some real interesting weather, but other than that, it's been killer. The attendance has been great, fans have been awesome, played a lot of new places we haven't been to, so it's been really cool.
Well, this is sort of a renewal, I guess, for you guys anyway, with the new album being self-titled and everything. It's almost sort of a regeneration of what Nonpoint was. You got 3 new guys in the band, and the album sounds fresh. You guys sound energized. Take us back to what brought it all together and why you decided to go with the self-titled album, and if you sort of feel the same way about it.
I mean, it came together. I mean, I met Dave through a mutual friend. Was trying to do a side project in Chicago, which we're based out of now. And while we had downtime in Nonpoint, I said, had some songs I wanted to get together. I was working with this female singer in Chicago, and I was looking for a high energy type of band, And she introduced me to Dave like months before any of this went down. So, but that didn't work out. But he had sent me some songs. I kept them in my email, and my iTunes or whatever. So when we were knew that we were going to be doing some changes in the future, we I told Elias, hey, this guitar player, I'm doing an interview. Oh, sorry, it's fired. I said, listen, I got these songs that this guy sent me, and I sent him all 3 songs, and within the hour, he rearranged it, he wrote vocals and sang it, like holy crap, it's like it came out pretty cool, and we kept, in touch with him, little by little. It's a transition, and then the change came about, and it just happened that way, And then we went to start writing. We didn't even audition these guys, They were in a band together in Chicago, and I asked Dave, hey, we need, a bassist, we're actually looking to add a second guitar player. So that's how, he said, well, actually I do. So, and I had watched videos of them playing live, and I said, well, this is exactly what we're looking for, high energy kids to kind of, compliment what me and Elias do live, so it came out. It's honestly, it's just such a weird, it's like a Cinderella type story. It's like it wasn't planned, it just happened, and then we signed a deal with Razor and Tie, and then went in the studio with Johnny K, and it's like, and made this record, it's like, and then it's the self-titled thing came about. It's just, we felt like we were a brand new band, it's like, even though we're not, we've been around 14, 15 years, we're like, it just sounds new, it sounds, just like you said, fresh, re-energized, it sounded just strong, very powerful. So you know what, it's not even think of a concept, we just call it Nonpoint, which is something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and that was the perfect time to do it. So
and it still sounds like Nonpoint, obviously, but it does sound like a rebirth. It's like brand new and everything, and I love all the early stuff, but this really, to me, is my favorite album that you guys have done, that I put on and listened to start to finish. You guys got to record with Johnny K, like you mentioned. What was it like getting in the studio with Johnny?
He's a very unorthodox kind of guy. He does his own thing, and I talk to all my friends that have worked with him. So he's got a certain way of doing things, and it's not a way that we were used to. It's not like everything we've done. We broke a lot of old habits, and I think that's what really led to how this record was put together. We actually wrote the album through email. Even though we lived in the same city, we didn't have a room secured to rehearse. But the whole record was done through email. And Elias lives in Michigan, so we were sending MP3 files to him. He'd sing and send them back to us, and then we'd bounce ideas back and forth. And then we went to Johnny's place, and he tore all that up and just redid everything. Some of the stuff stayed the same, but like some songs, like Elias had really Killer Bridge, that became the chorus of the song, or a verse. So it's honestly, I think the big thing is we broke old habits, and Johnny really helped us find, I think the record sounds live, almost like how we sound live. It's like a goal that we've never reached before. So Johnny's a good dude, man. We're looking forward. I think we're going to do our next record with him too. We've been talking about it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think we found the marriage that we need to find. So.
Yeah, Johnny's a real taskmaster, but he's brilliant at what he does. So Oh, and I know on every album you guys love every song, but are there one or two songs for you that really speak to you, or sort of your favorites that you like to play live? Or?
Well, I mean, this record is extremely personal record. You know, it's pretty much deals, I won't say it's a concept album, but it deals with the year and a half that me and Elias went through. You know, and he wrote a lot of the feelings that I was feeling. You know, and I said it as one that just it speaks directly to certain people, a certain group of people, and you know, we wrote that song in 5 minutes. You know, like I had a beat, he sent me vocals, I put guitars down, he put more vocals to it, and he was like, and I said, you know, why don't you say, you know, at the end of every before chorus, say something that people are going to go, holy crap, did he just say that? Like your mother should have left her in the balls of her pops. Like, it's like, I have never heard that before in my life, and it's like, it couldn't be more of an insult. And my favorite Elias is the one that's pissed off. Like, when he is mad, he can write some stuff down that you will never forget, you know. So that one has a lot of sentiment, but I think every single one, I can't really, this is my favorite record we've done since our first album, you know. But this is my absolute favorite Nonpoint record that we have ever done. It's hard to pick one, but that song definitely speaks volumes of how we were feeling inside, you know. But I mean, all of them just have something. I mean, I think I can't really pick one, even though I do, like I said it, you know, like in the level that, like, if I had to pick one song, if you would put me in a corner, you gotta pick one song and beat your ass, that's the song. But that I listen to that record every day. I listen to my own album. I've never done that.
How much of the new album are people getting to hear on the new tour?
We're playing, I said it right now, That Day, Left For You, Lights, Camera, Action, and Pandora's Box right now. Nice. And Ashes, I'm sorry, 6 songs.
Yeah, which usually you only play 2 or 3 songs off a new album when you go tour, because the fans are unfamiliar with it. But this album is so strong. Yeah, it's another thing we've never done is play that many new songs. But like, we just want to promote this new lineup. We want to promote the new Nonpoint. You know, it's not. I'm not embarrassed of the old Nonpoint. I love the old Nonpoint. Everything I've done in my career, I love. But it's time to really push new stuff. You know, I want people to get new fans, and like all our old school fans are in love with this record. You know, it's like, wow, you guys are back to what you were, even though it's a new album. You know, and then you hear kids singing the new stuff, and that's so refreshing. And so like, man, they really like it. You know, so we put so much hard work into it. So it's cool. So before we get out of here, because I know you got to get ready and everything, a couple of fan-based questions that were sent in to me. Pre-show rituals. You got anything you do before the show?
Me personally, I usually on my own. I don't hang out. I'll put my head down. I'll start thinking about the show. Sometimes I'll start pacing back and forth. And I'll make a trip to the bathroom. You know, that's definitely a pre-show thing. But I don't have a ritual. I know Elias and Rashid, they listen to hip hop in the back of the bus, or I'm just watching TV. I don't really have a ritual, but I don't know, a lot of my friends, you know, do like a prayer, or they listen to a certain song. I mean, for a while there, I was listening to like old school breakdance music, like in my head, just to get the beats and get that thing in my head, get my blood boiling. But I don't really have a ritual, you know. I call my wife before the show. Hey,
was there a moment for you when you were growing up, sort of that epiphany moment, where you were like, whether as a song, a concert, something, you thought, this is what I want to do with my life?
The very first show I saw was a band called Cardinal Sin over in Puerto Rico. They actually played in the living room. And my friend's birthday party, and I was like, wow, this is cool. I saw the other people singing the songs. I was like, wow, this is kind of cool, you know. But I'm trying to think. There was a show, well, I did see Pantera in 1991, Cowboys from Hell tour. And they were opening up for Exodus and Suicidal Tendencies. And when they came, that's the only time I ever saw them, actually, just for a half an hour. When they came out and Phil jumped out in that crowd, I was like, oh my God, that's the most amazing thing. But I think Pantera had a lot to do with it, where I could see, it's just not that, it's just a connection that they had with people on stage, from the stage to the crowd. I mean, they hit a note and that place went into a war zone. I mean, it was insanity. And Slayer, the same thing. Anthrax, I saw Anthrax. When I'm a fan of a lot of hardcore bands. I was sick of it all in Fort Lauderdale, and just them jumping around and running everywhere. It's just, I just love the energy, not just from the fans, but from the band itself, where they were just standing there. They were into it just as much as the fans, and that's the kind of music I saw. But the one band that I did see that I completely blew my mind was Snot. I saw them, man. We opened up for them in 1998, and I saw them when they started, and like I stopped everything I was doing. I went outside, got everybody in the band, says drop everything, you need to come inside and watch what I watch. You need to witness what I just what blew my mind. I got to meet him later, and I told Sonny the story. And I said, listen, you're the reason why Nonpoint is how we're alive. You know, so definitely I went off to Snot as far as how Nonpoint is live, but that was the last band that, like, oh my God, this is the second coming of Christ or something. It's pretty cool.
So last question then before we leave. As a drummer, who was your hero? Who sort of gave you your groove and your ideas?
The first drummer that I took, my favorite band of all time is Rush. So Neil Peart was, even though my playing reflects nothing on what he does, but there's little things. But I mean, I Shannon Larkin, when he was in Red Child America, way before the Godsmack days, I liked him. Alex Van Halen. This guy from Eric Stevenson, he played in a band called Only Living Witness from Boston. God, put me on the spot, I'm trying to think. Like Mike Borden from Faith No More, thought he was a great drummer. Still a great drummer. John Bonham's a big influence on me. Bill Ward from Black Sabbath. Stuart Copeland, another guy that I really admire. And I like a lot of the old school ones. As far as the new guys, I mean, Morgan Rose is amazing. Seven Dust. Ray Luzier, who plays in Korn. I saw him with Army of Anyone back in the day. So I was like, wow, it's the first time I've seen a drummer that made me watch the drummer. There's so many. BC from the original had PE, Chad Smith from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh yeah,
there's so many great drummers.
Innumerable ones. So, Robb Rivera, Nonpoint, famous last words?
New records out, iTunes, Amazon, FYE, buy it, download it, whatever the hell you want to do, just get it.